Right, well this evening I've just dashed out onto my local bit of the Yo just for a few casts. It does actually look like we might have some rain coming in tomorrow, so it could be the rivers are shot for a bit. I've not fished for a couple of weeks, it's just been too hot, but this week has been a bit cooler with westerly winds, so the temperature of the water is much better now. Still a bit low. Got a few of the shy sippers going off in this pool here, which I expect will be impossible to catch. But this season's racing past, isn't it? Into July already now. I don't know if it's been just the wet April and then the boiling hot June, but it doesn't feel like I've had much proper fishing at all yet, really. And here we are already into the dog days. So I know a fair few of you subscribers out there are just not fishing at all, don't have any chance to get on your local rivers, so I should count my blessings, really. It's a bit windy, but I do feel like I've got out of the worst of it down here in this more wilder part of the river. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a go at these sipping trout with a spinner imitation. See how we get on. Well, I've crept into position as quietly as I can, but obviously it put them all down. It's taken a while for another fish to rise, but something's just come up in front of me there, so I'm going to give it a go. I think they're taking something absolutely minuscule out of the surface film, but sometimes they'll come and have the sherry spinner with its flat profile that sits right in the film. They will have it even if they're not feeding on it. There's a mayfly, it's gone up there. Stopped again. That one cast was enough, was it? These can be some of the hardest fish to tempt, especially when it's low like this. Nice. Well, no interest to that then. Now it's a question of, do you change your fly or change your spot? Got where there's a bit more pace up that in the head of the pool. Okay. Right, well I've completely failed with those shy sipping trout in that slow water. No surprise there. I think I've seen a fish rise in this bubble line up here. And I've put a little Neff caddis on. So I've seen a few sedges about. I stand more chance in that faster run. Well, there's an olive. There it is. I took it. Oh. Well, that's good, that's my trout fixed for the weekend. Just much easier in that bit of pacey water, isn't it, to fool them if they can't see the line or have. What was I going to say? Can't see the line and they can't see how bad your imitation is. Oh well, that's good. Seen another rise now over against that clay bank over there. It's a bit higher than that. Ha! That took it as I twitched it. That was not the fish. Just enough wind to throw the fly off. That's a bit closer. Thought that would have got a rise there. Nope. Oh no. Oof. In and out the brambles, that one. Oh, well, can't win them all. Well, I've had one more little tiny fish which I didn't bother to film. Let's hope we do get a bit of rain this week. This is really showing its bones already. It's just a bit late there putting the camera on. The kingfisher come down and settle in the tree in front of me. That's nice. Unfortunately it flew back off up the river the other way, but you never know, might get another sighting in a minute. I've seen a few bits and pieces of fly life coming off, but I don't know, it's looking a bit dour, isn't it? Normally fish rising in this pool. I'm going to wade up and try and fish the bubbles coming out of those rocks up there. Might actually have a chance of fooling something in there. Another fish. Cast it over by those stones and gave it a little twitch. It whacked it. Very big, but very welcome. Yeah, I really wanted that. Sometimes just that little bit of movement is enough. Well, that's two more than I thought I was going to catch. Well, that's a bit crazy, isn't it? That fish took as I was reeling it back in. Whoa. Almost like a lure. It was interesting to see what that looks like on the other camera that I had going in the tree. Well, there we are. Better to be born lucky than rich. Fishing wasn't even looking, just felt that whack it. Very strange. I've made a right disturbance getting up to here, so I'm just going to stop and let everything calm down and see if anything arises. What do you think with that fish then, in the comments? Do you think it took that as a sedge at that speed, or do you think it just thought that fly was a small fish escaping? I was listening to Pete Tiger's excellent podcast, the Fly Culture podcast. He was talking to a chap on there about, there's a fish, isn't that? About a sedge, was it? Oh, I forget the name of it. Agapetus or something like that. Anyway, they hatch and they come to the surface, but then they scurry back to the bankside to actually hatch out the water totally. So the fish take them as they're sort of swimming just underneath the surface. And looking back at it, I have had a few occasions, I think, where fish have been rising quite aggressively, but didn't want to take any of my patterns. So they weren't like smutting or taking midge peep or anything. They were after something that was trying to get away. I think next time that happens, I'm definitely going to... I've tied up a few of the Stuart Croft's, I think it's Agapetus type sedges. They sort of sit just under the surface film with two little white tufts that you can see. Yeah, I'm going to give them a try next time. I've never heard of it before. Every day is a school day, isn't it? And again, right, let's try that fish. I don't expect that fish is very big, but let's give it a try from here. That's what I was thinking. I'd say there's not a chance in hell of that being taken, is there? Let's twitch it back. Right. That's what I've really been waiting for, fish to rise in that run that comes out where it's a bit faster. So I'm going to move up there and try that. Well, I've waited and waited and it hasn't risen again, so I'm going to have a few speculative casts, I think, up and around this corner. Even here you can see how low it is. There's like almost no current there at all now. Ah, oh, no. Just look the other way for a second. I'm going to attempt that with for the wind to drop a bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, the fish risen up. Heard it round that corner. Can I cast it? Haha! I had to risk putting it in the grass to get it there. Look at it. Well, I think without the means to take that tree out, the only way I can fish the top of this pool is to go and stand under it. See if there's room to cast from that side. I don't know how deep it is in there. I want to be able to cast in that run up there, you see. Every time I've tried to do it off the other shoulder, you just can't do it. Get in here. Alright, let's try it from here then. Oh, no, grass. This way a bit maybe? Oh no. I'm not sure it's doable here either. Not in this wind anyway. No. Okay, let's do a bit of, I think I'm going to do a bit of clearance work while I'm here. Oh, you might not have seen that. That was the kingfisher. Just came flying down the stream. Well, I think I'm going to take that as a sign to finish then. I mean, I could fight my way through up there and try and fish that pool, but you can't get out, so you have to come back all the way to here anyway. I mean, this is just plain tricky, isn't it? Wind's blowing the line all over the place. You can hardly cast. There's all the undergrowth. And there's really not much right. It's just the odd fish here and there has been rising, and managed to get a few, so I think that's going to have to do. Right, well, I'll catch you next time. Right, that's that gone for next time then. Right, now I can make the cast now. Lovely. My work here is done.